G Lee in the house. Once again.
Yes, you know what it is. You know who it is.
Thank goodness.
Hey, it's them boys.
Man, I say that shit and mean it, man. I gotta say that every time.
Once again.
Thank goodness, man.
Thank goodness.
Emphasize that. Thank goodness.
Hey, but we back, brother.
Yeah, you know how many motherfuckers I know that ain't here, man? I gotta thank goodness, man.
And we still pushing. And we into episode 12.
12.
12 of them, man.
12.
Hitting one of those 12. Man, brother. Man, come on. Let's not sleep too here.
Oh, yes.
It's a whole lot going on, brother.
This is RCS.
A Red Cup Saturday as well.
Red Cup Saturday. And if you don't know what Red Cup Saturday is, that's just a reason for us to have a drink.
I drank.
Just an excuse
to
have a drink.
A powwow, baby.
Have a drink. A drink.
But hey, this Red Cup Saturday, we got a little national recognition, bro.
We do?
Did you see us?
No.
On Netflix, man.
Oh,
did you see us on
Arkansas.
Netflix, bro?
Oh yeah.
Not old school.
I wonder how many people even paid attention to that.
It was one of the hottest things on Netflix. He was saying.
Oh really?
Number one.
Okay. But what does that mean? Millions of viewers?
Just like views on the
platform. That's cool. I watched that. I think it was 8 episodes.
You watched all of them?
I watched all of them, man. Yeah, because
it was,
it was interesting. I was watching it at night, and I was really checking it out from the standpoint, to really see if something like that could work.
For sure, but we can't spoil it for the people. But the name Unlocked, I'm pretty sure is what it was called. Right?
Unlocked, yeah,
Unlocked. Mm-hmm. So what you think? It was what we give kind of like the basis of it, right?
Well, the basis of it is, if you gave people freedoms while they are incarcerated, would that lead to them being better jail tenants and, not be violent? Because that's all the administration wants, is for there to be nonviolence, if there could be such a thing in prison or jail.
Which that was jail. They didn't start out in
But
prison.
you still got violence in jail.
Of course.
Which is one of the things that I think they shouldn't do, which they do sometimes, house violent inmates with nonviolent inmates, because that to me does nothing but encourage the nonviolent inmates. To
get violent.
Yeah. Because a lot of times some of those jails, man, when they have people in there who have already been convicted, they don't have space for them yet in the state prison or the federal prison, so they're holding them, right? So if you put a person that's got nothing to lose, or somebody on a dope charge, you know what I'm saying? The person that ain't got nothing to lose, don't have no problem trying to get this guy in all kinds of shit,
Mm-hmm. And so like you're saying, the basis of the show, it's the inmates are given the opportunity to,
they're unlocked and they can govern themselves.
Mm-hmm. Just thinking of, did you think it was like a possible thing, or what did you think going into it before you had watched anything?
Man, I most definitely thought it was possible.
Possible?
Yeah, because those people, they're just people who broke the law. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they can't govern themselves. And usually, see, if there was no deputies like they do in some of these other countries, they really just to let the inmates go. It really comes down to
a fair governing, though, or you think it was just
no. It's whoever's the strongest.
Yeah.
And then we got to give the people something, so we give them the leftovers.
Darwin effect, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
The strongest shall survive. But y'all got to check it out, man. I watched it for sure. Watched it through. It was definitely an interesting concept that I think could maybe spread out.
It shows you the dynamics of people in terms of leadership positions and followership and that type of
even age. It was a little old school, new school going on.
Right.
Inside the little program that they had going on. But yeah, I think it was more successful than I thought it was.
Yeah. This doesn't give it away, but of course there's tension between people, and of course tension between generations, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, man, because I see a lot of new school now that really lack respect, man. And I think it's really one of those things where they're thinking it's cool, but it's not beneficial to them. You know what I'm saying? When you just think about the logic of it, this person knows more than you. You know that, but you just want to buck it just for the sake of bucking it. That makes no sense.
The new school defiant, bro. But does the old school warrant the new school in any respect, or is it just kind of one-sided type of thing?
It's like a mutual respect, but with the younger understanding that in a way I'm obligated to more respect towards the older.
Just from the age, I feel that way wholeheartedly. Just not even respect my elders, just like this person's been doing it longer than I have.
Yeah, and if it makes sense, whatever they would tell you to do, then obviously you do it. If it doesn't, you don't.
Time is money.
But there's from what I can see, people just want to be revolutionary for no reason. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if the old shit is working, stay with that. Why fuck up a short thing for a maybe? You know what I'm saying?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
I feel that, man. But yeah, absolutely an interesting watch. I think you probably enjoy it. And for whatever reason, prison shows, I do enjoy
People
watching.
love that because that's just people just in their raw.
Yeah.
And people like violence and the whole drama that leads up to violence because there's some real drama in jails. Absolutely. A lot of times, that's why I say you don't want to mix them because fights start out from nothing. Boom. There's something that sparks it. Just on the strength, too. Like I said, that this person, he may woke up, this morning and realize, I'm never getting fucking out of this shit. Boom. Who knows what hit him, right? Mm-hmm. So he comes out, he's mad as shit. I'm ready to stab somebody. Fuck it. What are they going to do to me? I'm already doing life without. Yeah, so,
lose, man.
Yeah. And that's kind of, painting all inmates in a certain, box. But they're just people in general, you know what I'm saying? And so unlocking them could definitely work. Nice. But watch that thing to see how it unravels. Mm-hmm. Unlocked.
And shout out to the city. That's our hometown, man. Where Old School New School is headquartered, giving us a big shout out too, man.
Well, the way Old School looks at it is like they could have kept that. We don't need to see that. That's it's the prisons, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, if that program works and it serves as a pioneer or whatever,
I think so.
Otherwise, who cares about showing something about penitentiaries in your city? But that's just me.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think it could be something monumental, something that it's probably gone through a couple of views, so it's probably not who knows when it's actually been shot. It could have been like a couple years ago or something.
You know what I thought? Which you have to tune in to see it, but they could offer some of the people's services for free. Mm-hmm. And that to me is what would stop a program like this from succeeding, because there's a lot of things that people have been doing the old way. You heard them say that $1 was worth only like 3 minutes on the phone, right?
3 what?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
So, which they can't stay on that long, and most of them don't have the commissary.
Minutes?
So if you do it like that, an hour would cost $20, right? Mm-hmm. Most people's plan for the whole month could be like 50 or 60. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine how much money gets made from those phone calls.
Absolutely.
And there's somebody who may not want to change the phone system, this system, all of the things that they got going.
I don't think it was $3 for 1 minute though. No way, right?
No. It was $1 per 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
$1 per 3 minutes. Yeah,
I got you.
And that's a racket. Then the commissary is a racket. So you got people who are making money off of these people being imprisoned. Mm-hmm. Not to mention now you got public traded companies. You know what I mean? So I don't really think that they want to decrease the prison population.
Which they don't. And in these private sectors that run the prison, right? How do they profit exactly off of the prisoners? Is it from just like their kind of labor that they're able to do for so cheap, or where does the profit come from exactly?
I think the labor is probably extra because they're really not supposed to be using those prisoners for labor like that. Would be like the same thing as slavery. Like you work and you don't get anything for it. Mm-hmm. But they're making money. The government pays for prisoners, and
break that down, bro. That's why I get a little lost.
Where I was saying they're holding these prisoners till they get ready to send them down. Like if they've already been convicted, they're waiting to send them down to the feds or to the state penitentiaries. Mm-hmm. They get paid. Like this case right here, this county, it gets paid daily for each one of the inmates they hold. Oh. You know,
what kind of figure you talking? You think?
I don't know. It's probably
$60
$200 a day for each one of them by now, or something like that. But it amounts to a lot of money, to the point where they even do things or used to do things to hold inmates longer in the Pulaski County jails, like lose their paperwork and all kinds of shit like that.
Okay, so but they're when is this stipend or whenever? How are they financed? Like, because I hear statistics like they'll start building prisons based on kids' test scores, like when they're in like elementary school and things like that. Like,
they got numbers.
Is it a annual? They, like taxes for the government basically via prison or
the prisons. Most of them are public now, but even if they're ran by the state, the state still has to control for its population, so to speak, keeping it safe or whatever. So you have to, just like everything, anticipate. They're doing things maybe 5 years down the line even, right? Because you got to anticipate. You don't want to just get caught, oh, wow, So they look at that as a statistic. They look at their reading scores at the age of like 9 or whatever it is when you're in the 4th grade. And to me, it's a pretty good measurement, especially in these days and times where everything's technical. If you can't read by the 4th grade, you probably won't be reading real good by the 9th graders, which is the time they normally drop out. And so what are you going to do, to control for your life? And then you're probably going to have a family.
But I think prison is the way you think, not like a different way to help them before that point.
Well, if they have some different laws, depending on what your charge is, what your offense is. If somebody's murder, I mean, they're gonna have to be incarcerated. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying the basis of at that point, they're seeing in 4th grade, 5th grade, they're not reading well. I feel like there would be a different program that we would be funding.
Oh, absolutely. If you knew the program. Mm-hmm. You would then have to sell the leadership on it, right? And that's going to be the hard part, right? Right now, they don't want to change the curriculum, it seems like, for anything making any sense. They're changing it for all of these different things to take, slavery out of the education and all of these different kind of things. But somebody has to figure out a good program, put it out to the public, show that it works, and then, we could probably coax people a little bit more to start picking it up in schools and shit like that. Because that shows you too, where they don't say that being the case that they can't read, so now we're going to do this or whatever. They just say, hey, at that point, they're destined for prison. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because the idea is for people to serve, the people who have money, basically, who run the corporation. So you don't want to make everybody a PhD and shit, you know what I'm saying? Then this system of capitalism, won't have suckers.
True.
Yeah.
But which we left off with, which is a change of topic, but we left off with in our last episode, I was a little intrigued about kind of on the slavery topic getting taken out of taught in history, something I would never really thought about. I had to look up myself, learn a little bit.
Yeah.
But you were saying the Balfour Agreement, which they gave a little bit more in depth into kind of the Israel situation in Palestine that's happening right now. But I was thinking of the old school. Just give us a little more of what you knew kind of on that topic.
Was it the Balfour?
Balfour Agreement, I think is what we referenced last time, but it was.
Yeah, I think I misreferenced it. But the Balfour was the agreement to settle Israel into Palestine, right?
Mm-hmm. Or it was saying it was a public pledge by Britain in like 1917. You were saying 1947 was, I think, the last years that we were referencing.
Yeah, that was the official time that they came in to Palestine and really started taking over. I think at that time they even did so by war. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for sure, by hook or crook, they gave Palestine to Israel, as their righteous home. And that's when all of the trouble started. And since from that time, you've had a Middle Eastern and an Israeli conflict. You had Egypt and Israel. They tried to. You had Anwar Sadat and Menachem Begin. I think that might have been 70 somewhere between 76 and 80 when Jimmy Carter was the president. Brought those two together to represent some kind of peace agreement. And they killed Anwar Sadat, man.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? The
in the
fanaticals,
70s?
just because he in theory anyway, made peace, not in theory, but
Peace in the Middle East. That's what that term was kind of.
something like that. But he got killed for doing that. But so it's just been
A rich history.
a havoc between those two. But I don't know. Right now it's at a boiling point to where now Iran is starting to kind of ruffle its feathers. So we'll probably go to war, man, within like 2 months or something like that, man.
Like a World War III situation?
It'll end up being a little bit worse than this Afghanistan shit, because Iran has got some ways to cripple America if it really wanted to. But it would just be all out type shit. Because, they got like over here, you see now these people that they supposedly sponsor, Hezbollah, they can make all kinds of havoc through the Red Sea that messes up passage and all of this kind of stuff, which they're doing.
Like international kind of boats and things you're talking about?
Yeah. Not to mention America that's had our commerce. So, but yeah, there's going to be a war pretty soon, man. It just has to happen. Prices are high. Just everything, it just feels like it again.
Something's got to give type of deal, huh?
Yeah, just for things to reset.
And I try not to, new school, I try to set a good example. If it's something I don't necessarily know, I always like to question it, right? Iran crippling America, what would it be? Through like kind of oil type of trades? Or
well, they could have a little. They could have a little bit to do with the oil, but we get oil from different places. But like I said, the Red Sea, every time you bring something by, we'll bomb it, shit like that. And they just have to do that a certain amount of time. And the other countries are going to be like, well, shit, we ain't in this, so we ain't even going through, to get bombed. And then America's got to decide what it wants to do, because Iran can really wreak havoc in Israel, just due to its proximity and everything else. But anyway, that's going to be real interesting, because we're looking at something going to happen real soon, man.
Something's got to
I hate it, man, but they got so much shit going on, man. And poor damn Ukraine, we just kicked them to the curb and shit. At first we was all gung-ho about Ukraine. Them Ukrainians got to be like, yo, damn, these motherfuckers was sending us all kind of ammunition, money and all that shit. And once that shit happened in Israel, they just kind of kicked us to the curb and let us go for self. Damn, look how we getting beat the shit down by these Russians now, and America sold us out. That's fucked up. That shows we don't give a fuck. We strategic.
It's a whole lot going on, man. You're absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right, bro. But could that possibly bring up the word of the day?
The word of the day?
The word of the day, my brother. Today,
word of the day.
The word we got, and a little something extra to put in your bag. Climactic. And the definition,
Climactic.
I'll just throw out there.
Climactic. Yeah,
kind of like an
I got
action
that one.
event, scene, exciting or thrilling in acting as a climax or maybe like a high point to a series of events.
Climax. Climactic. Yes.
You got a sentence for that one? Old school. OG Lee.
No, I don't have one. The one I'm thinking about is too nasty.
I already know it.
No, I don't have one. But I kind of get the word. I got it in my bag.
I would maybe throw out the example just in our conversation now. We say our trials or tribulations going on in both Israel and in the Ukraine. Both are maybe coming to a climactic time in American history.
I would say that they're reaching a climactic point. At which point, some people are going to die.
That's usually how it goes. It boils over. And when people die, who do you think is affected the worst? Or the most, I should say?
It just depends. Like right now, they have people in Ukraine, because they're at war technically, so somebody probably dies every day, I'm sure, in Palestine, Israel, right? So I would think that unless you're just directly connected to that, like somebody dies today, I'm not even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the people who are really affected are the people who are close to them. You know what I'm saying? If we were affected, we'd be making more noise about them stopping it, right? Yep. Even though people are dying, we over here, Red Cup Sunday, Red Cup Saturday, hey, baby.
We try to give
Red Cup Saturday,
out,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Free family, man.
We I guess, fortunate, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the people who lose out more really are the people that are just directly affected. Because most of the time, the people that are just on the outskirts, they don't factor that in. They too worried about the shit in their life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is why we do stuff like that and put people like Ukrainians, we put them out. You know what I'm saying? Because the idea really is, how far can you push Russia, right? In terms of that European shit.
Until they got to take it there.
But the Americans are like, yeah, let's see how far we could push them. But guess with who? The Ukrainians, not us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that's really what that is. Just, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah, exactly. We want to see how far Russia will go to protect its territory. But guess what? All we're doing is supplying, weapons and maybe some money. Right? We're not giving any American life.
What do you need? We treat them like a little
exactly, kid. Like suckers, man. We treat them like suckers.
Send them a little something.
Yeah. And it's terrible that you do people like that, but that's the game of politics, man. Game of politics.
And what do they say politics are?
Who gets what, man? If that's the definition I'm used to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's always a matter of that, man. Let me just say this, that those people, man, this is funny, that the people that they've bombed in Palestine right over here, right? Mm-hmm. In Gaza, actually, they moved these people out. They already had the land and shit like that up for sale, selling the land. I thought, boy, these motherfuckers don't play. Shit.
ASAP. How quickly?
They had it on their YouTube like maybe 2 weeks ago and something like that, and they were even doing it before then. That's as soon as they got those people off the land, they're selling lots.
Sheesh. Oh, Rama, man.
Anyway, ring your bell.
I got this for you right here.
We free. We free. Thank God Almighty.
Just
we's free.
Our politics talks brought to me the old...
Hey, but look.
Mind crusher.
Hold on, before you do that, let me say this. I was listening to one of our episodes, right?
Yeah.
And you did the bell. And I thought, we's free, thank God, blah, 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 right? Mm-hmm. And then I just thought about Juneteenth, right? Where they said these slaves were free for like 3 years or 4 years. They didn't know it. Imagine that shit. Boy, you'd be mad at them. 3 years? I forget how many years exactly it was, but it was a good amount of years. But I wonder if they knew what years were.
That's a comedy bit, bro.
Yeah, I wonder if they knew what they said. Y'all been free for 3 years.
What
are years?
What kept happening to the guy that kept coming through trying to give the news, right?
I don't know. They probably, boy, stop acting a fool.
keep him pushing down.
They gave him the Caitlin Clark.
The wave off. Get on out of here. Hey, but this right here, we got a mind crusher.
Mind crusher.
This one here in the talks of politics, right? You know, old school, new school. New school like to keep it real serious, bro. This is Politico de Gallo. Democrat, Republican, Independent. Tomato, onion, jalapeno. Which vegetable goes with which political affiliation? Go. Democrat, Republican, Independent. Tomato, onion, jalapeno.
So you got tomato with the independent, because tomato is not a vegetable.
Okay.
Then you got onion for the Democrats, and you got jalapeno for the Republicans.
Okay. Can we get? I like the tomato to the independent because it's not a vegetable. Okay.
They usually never win.
You throw them at
Matter of fact, I've never seen an independent party win.
Hilarious. Okay, so Democrat, you said onion?
Yeah, compared to the hotter jalapeno.
Okay.
I don't know. You could change that around
Democrats
and put the Republicans as the onion and the Democrats as the jalapenos, because the Democrats can go far left, you know what I'm saying, and do kind of all wild, spicy type shit. With an onion, same flavor every time, kind of conservative on the Republicans. Yeah, so
you get kind of that same taste. You cut them, you cry. You know. Okay.
Whereas the jalapenos could hit different people different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could handle the jalapeno real easily. That one who could handle the hot chip challenge. You know what I'm saying?
They might like that They might like it diced up. They might like it whole. They might just want the seeds up off of it.
Have you seen that shit before? The people doing the hot chip challenge?
Oh, come on, man.
Oh my goodness, man, that's crazy.
Ridiculous?
Man, I seen some of the people who couldn't handle it. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Entertaining or no?
Yeah, entertaining because I already figured that 92% of them, 95% or whatever, are not gonna make it. Yeah. So yeah, it's very entertaining to see that. I wonder, is it just seeing that? Is it funny, or do people like to see people suffer?
I think it's a little of both. And this one, you're like, they're not gonna die, right? So it's kind of like
because some people could be, that's good for your ass, that type of shit.
Yeah, you know it can't get too bad, but then sometimes it gets, and the person's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I seen this dude, man. He needed so much milk, he was just pouring it down his throat.
You saw the dude was in like a barbershop, looked like Sydney, walked out his J's. The bottoms came out.
Oh, no. But did you think that that's how it was? The Republicans would be the onions?
I don't know what I would have said. Honestly, I was thinking.
You agree with the fruit and the independent?
I like the independent.
But you know what though? I could have said it this way.
Yeah.
The tomatoes go with the Democrats because that's where you have the fruits and the nuts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you could do them any kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's it. So we could go tomato with the Democrats, and then
put the independents as a jalapeno.
I'm about to say the independents could get a little spicy. You don't know how they're gonna come spicy.
And keep the Republicans as the onion.
Yeah, white. And
so it's just really the independents and the Democrats who are in contention. The Republicans is like, we just standing out here waiting for y'all to fuck up, and then we coming in.
Wait, y'all are gonna kind of maybe use this either way. One way or another will be in the mix.
Yeah,
like onions.
It'd be interesting though. We're gonna see more blacks in the Republican Party.
Absolutely.
So
and then the black white folks love them some onion for sure.
Say again?
Black folks love some onion, especially some onion powder. We like that sprinkled up in there. It might have to get served a little different. So I think
that is true. That I don't know about black people, but here recently, Grammy turned me on to onions, man. And I was eating onions ever since. When they were cooked. Oh, yeah. Like if you were doing steak or whatever, certain kind of onions, like Vidalia onions, are sweet.
Are those the purple ones?
No, I haven't seen them purple. There may be some purple ones, but they're usually kind of big. And they will usually say it on them. And I think some of the people make those onion blossom things and shit with Vidalia onion. Oh, yeah. But anyway, either way it's cooked, it still got like a sweet taste. I think it's they do those blossoms, like at I forget what restaurant used to serve those.
Probably a Texas Roadhouse, an Outback, one of those. An onion blossom, definitely delicious. But hey, man, it's a Red Cup Saturday. I've been chilling on my Red Cup, sipping out my brewski.
Damn, man, you a double threat.
You a double threat, man. Hey,
double threat.
But I need to fill up on my brew. It's old school, new school. Red Cup Saturday, man. Give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, man. We coming back today. It ain't a short and sweet. We'll be right back. Fill up, kick back, and we'll be right back with you, baby.
And please observe the no smoking signs.
We'll be right back.
Booyah.
Baya. Hey, and we are back, baby. Filled up, skilled up, drilled up. Had to get the kids up from bed, but we back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all did that like, comment, subscribe, I hope.
Man, I'm feeling a little tipsy.
Little tipsy on a Red Cup Saturday. Sound like we're doing our job, man. Relaxing.
Feeling a little tipsy.
I ain't getting a little drink, man, but hey.
I ain't gonna do nothing like folks say do no more.
Bro, hey. New school. We're on a little sports tip, right?
Yeah, always.
And just on...
Don't remember half the players and shit, but yeah.
With the sports convo, the sports tip, I know you know my boy, the answer.
The answer.
AI before there was AI.
For sure. It's my man, Philadelphia.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah. Did he ever play on another team other than Philly?
He might have. Not that I'm aware of, truthfully. I know he's 76ers.
You know what? One of the things that really made him in his career?
I might have seen him in the Timberwolves jersey, though.
One of the things that really made him stand out was stepping over my man, Ty Lue. That was one of the highlights. They always show you, whenever they show you Allen Iverson highlights, they always show him stepping over Ty Lue.
And speaking of, the controversy or the topic I was bringing up was the statue. Should it have been a Ty Lue step over, or would that have been too disrespectful?
Way too disrespectful. You got Ty Lue on a statue getting posted like that for the rest of from now until eternity. It'd be like, who's that, Dad?
Oh man.
Oh, that's Ty Lue.
But,
that's fucked up. You don't do that.
Check him out.
Don't do that, man.
Check him out, bro.
Ty Lue. Ty Lue turned out to be a pretty good coach. Maybe he learned from that.
They're like,
don't you ever let this happen to you.
That fueled him through his career. But bro, come on, AI. Is that respectful or is that disrespect? Let me know, old school.
I don't think. Like I said, I haven't seen what is compared to. Even though I said comparison is the thief of joy, and in this case, it might be applicable. You know what I'm saying? But I got to see the other statues to see if they dissed them.
You haven't seen any other statue like ever?
Man, of course I have. But they putting this in like their training facility, right? And even if it was their stadium, how does it look relative to the other ones? If they're all like that, then it ain't no disrespect.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right?
So the location and what's kind of
not the
literal ballpark.
Just whatever location they put it in, right?
Yeah.
The other statues is gonna make a big difference.
Okay.
It's gonna make it. If the other statues are what we typically see, big kind of statues, and then they got him with a little one, then I would say, yeah, that's disrespect.
So this kind of brings up another conversation because I'm thinking a statue. You're building it in relations to a statue that's next to it. I was thinking a statue, you're just building it commemorating the person, their legacy, when we're putting this up, right?
Right.
I'm not necessarily thinking about,
But let's say you come into a facility, right? And all the statues was the size that one is, right? But yet you give him a bigger one, right? In terms of those other players and their families, right? Why would you make Iverson's bigger than Dr. J's, for instance?
I feel that.
Right? So if you kept them all kind of the relative same size, you're just honoring all of them, right? So that's why I got to see how does the other ones look.
But say there's not another statue in another 100 yards of that one, 30 yards.
Still, what size is it? Because then I still have to ask the people. There's always one person that starts this, and then they become these other people in it. They make a decision. Why did you make it that size?
Okay, say there's not another statue at this facility.
Okay, so now that's his statue, and that's how we're gonna start doing statues. Because who knows how big the place is, right? So from now on, or when we do statues, we're gonna do them this size. Then I don't think it's disrespectful in that way.
I like it. Me personally, from statues I've seen in the past, I haven't been to this specific facility, but a statue that's supposed to stand up forever, be long lasting. It's at least the size of the person because it's kind of like.
But stand up forever, be long lasting has nothing to do with size. I would think that would have to do with what you make the statue out of. Because a statue like that can last 100 years, just the same as a statue that's bigger.
Which that's aside from the point. I'm saying it's commemorating a specific person.
Right.
And most statues I see are almost life size.
Right.
They're almost memorabilia to this.
But that's why I say you got to see this place.
That's what I'm thinking.
And see the other, because it might, like you put one of them statues, you walk in the place, it's like, wow, that big ass statue, everything in here is kind of not in ratio to that size. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I got to really see the facility and see how the other things are laid out.
Yeah, maybe this facility is just an anomaly and they're making, miniature statues of people.
Or why you have to call it a miniature statue?
Because I've never seen...
Just call it a statue.
Like, they're unveiling this. They're taking it off, and it's not even the size of the person, bro. I've never seen that. But maybe this facility is different. Maybe this facility is a different place.
You would have to see that, I would think, to be fair. And then if there's any kind of discrepancies, we would ask the people who designed it. You know what I'm saying? Why did y'all do that? And based on, their reply, you could then maybe look more into it to say, which everybody wants to say, I guess, what, racism? Mm-hmm. That's what you think everybody wants to imply?
Or I don't know if we're going racism, but I don't know, maybe a jab at Iverson, perhaps.
But why would you want to jab at somebody that you're putting in your facility that played for you?
I don't know. That's what I'm
saying. Because it's not like he, I don't guess, told him, you owe me a statue. So to me, the fact that they did it seemed like that would be a surprise to him. And so, why would you then jab at me by giving me a little one? I would.
He kissed it though, from what I saw. So it was respectful.
It's of him, man. Because look, It looks like him from what they say.
For sure.
But
and it's the crossover.
He still knows that, that's honoring him for doing what? Playing ball. So somebody want to do me like that, fine. Like maybe they might just do the bigger one now that he got so much backlash. Mm-hmm. But either way, I'm sure he's grateful. Like he said, I think I heard him say, I'm just grateful for, somebody wanting to commemorate me.
And then I said, laughing, what if he doesn't win a championship? You don't get the full body statue. you get the miniature statue if you don't give us a ring. The ring, you get a full body statue.
Well, that's why it would be important to ask the originators. What's up with the statue, the miniature statue? You know what I'm saying? That type of shit in the Cracker Jack box or something. Yeah. Who knows, man?
What you think? Any Iverson homeboys giving them shit for it? Or they rocking with it? Oh, we love that, man. Like, damn, bro, why they give you that little bitty one? Or I'm overthinking it?
Well, that's what people are saying. They're talking about the size of it. Mm-hmm. Size matters, man. But
size matters, baby.
You look at your boys trying to clown you. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you're just gonna be like, "Yo, where yours at?" Mm-hmm. And if it's suckers who didn't even make it to the NBA, they can't say shit. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that clown them for being in the NBA. So what? Charles Barkley don't look like it's that much bigger.
It's respectable.
I don't see that. You don't see the bottom of it.
Yeah,
see?
But look how big Chuck is. I don't know. Okay.
But now the main thing is really to see the facility and how it.
And it's looking like they are on kind of like sitting on top of something, kind of like a trophy.
That one for sure. Like Iverson's looked like it was down there. That was the skinny Charles Barkley.
How long do you think?
But wait a minute. I just been looking at it, going with it. But that looked like a jockey or some shit. I can see. Okay,
which one?
I see it now. That's the headband and the braids. I thought it was a jockey. You know how they used to have them kind of helmets and shit. I see it now.
I hear you, but I don't feel on it. This respect. They got the cornrows in there, and then check them out.
But it'd be interesting if we could see, what the facility looked like. You know what I mean?
How long do you think it takes to make one of these bad boys?
It just depends on how much they're paying the motherfucker who's doing it.
Okay, so the process, what you think? They're going with a big a block of bronze?
Probably, yeah.
And then they melt that bad boy down and
start. I'm sure. I think I've seen it one time before.
Or do they have like a machine that like
nowadays I think they probably
laser for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. But the person who they had do that when they probably will say was some Jewish, Russian, German guy or some shit like that.
With a chisel.
Yeah. And did some of it with his teeth and shit.
Out of marble, bro. I know you've seen some of those throwback little...
Back in the day, those Italians used to do that shit with that ivory, man.
Ivory? Oh, the wood, huh?
No, that marble-ish type shit. Ivory.
Ivory is definitely a wood or a plant. No?
They've got a brand of wood, I think they call ivory or something like that.
What do they
call
it?
I'm talking
like
about the white stone-like material.
I know what you're going for. It's like kind of like
kind of off-white, yeah.
But isn't that what they call it? Ivory on like rhino horns and
but that's not wood.
I know, what is it?
No, that's that. Like I said, it's almost like a stone-like material.
That's fire.
But what they like on those tusks, I think it might be elephant
tusks too.
Yeah, they grind them into a powder and they folks eat it. It gives them that hard on and shit. Damn. Yeah. Make some randy.
What do you think an elephant tastes like?
Shit. Probably tastes kind of like pig's feet and shit.
Tough. I would think it's kind of tough.
Not if it's a baby elephant.
Oh, you're sick. Fuck. You're going for
a baby elephant's still big as shit, right? And if people wanted to eat them, they would eat them. But just like they take their tusk.
Mama's not going for that.
But the elephant its skin and it fat like substance shit looks like it would be like somebody eating a pig feet and shit like that.
Did I tell you about me tasting some whale? That kind of gave me a whole different thing on how I think stuff would taste. Which it tasted like a whale, you know, like
it tasted like a whale. What does a whale taste like? It tasted like a whale.
That's a crazy statement.
Oh my! It tastes like chicken.
Imagine tasting a whale, bro.
I can't imagine what it would taste
right?
like. So if I tasted, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, this tastes like a whale."
That's what I thought. But my statement
this
stands
really
true.
Tastes like some whale, man.
Stands true, right?
Could you make like a hamburger out of it?
Imagine no.
Was it sliced really thin?
It's like it comes blubber.
But what's the shape of it?
It was just like
Like
a slab.
little
It was like
nuggets?
a little slab. It was like a slab of meat.
Oh,
They throw a little seasoning on there. Doesn't do
so that
much.
was on the menu?
You bite it. No, this was from. I got it through
Amazon.
through you probably could cut this.
Stop eating that Amazon food, man.
No, my wife plugged me in on. She got a plug. She plugged in over there.
Yo, I went to my black cackle lab.
No. Bro, I'm telling you.
I have yet to see a white person do a cackle laugh, man.
Oh shit.
Have you?
That might be deep in our roots, bro.
I gotta see that, man. I'm gonna hire whoever I see, whatever white person does a cackle laugh.
Oh man, a cackle. But bro, blubber thick.
He even stole that
thick,
laugh.
cold, wet. Thick, cold, wet. Real like he probably doesn't have much muscle in there.
But yo, them Eskimos be loving that shit. They say
that's like a ritual eating that thing, bro.
and they be eating it raw though.
You can't really just eat them like that anyway. It has to
They
be
be
a part
eating
of
it
like
raw.
That's how it was, bro.
Oh, I know they breath stink.
That's how it was.
You know how it is when they eat all that crazy shit.
Like a piece of blubber.
Slap that motherfucker in the mouth with some.
And usually I can just chew stuff, take it down. That wasn't going for it. It was like I was.
So now, where did you say you
flesh.
got it? Was it on Amazon? Where you say you got it?
My wife, she is plugged in through this Alaskan person she knows.
Oh.
And it was like a part of some ritual. They came to America, so they had it a part of like some kind of thing that they were doing. Because
I would definitely tell them, don't send no more of that shit.
Yeah, don't keep that. You're not even supposed to eat it.
Man.
It really tastes like if I've never eaten human, but like if I was going cannibal.
Human would be good cooked, not raw.
Mm-hmm. That's how you think?
For sure. It'd be just like any other meat, man. Yeah, we have. Yeah. It's a matter of how thin you slice meat. You know what I'm saying? And then if you marinate it.
Your butcher work.
You know what I'm saying? You marinate it good, you won't know. Because I saw a video, man, on YouTube, which was crazy. And it was in Africa. And it was like they were like after party, you know, they were how you get a little bite to eat from the nearest place or whatever. Mm-hmm. But they were all standing in line for rat. And I mean, totally legit, you know.
You saying like after the club?
Yeah, yeah. And you can see that to me, if I ever even had to eat rat, the first thing I'd be like, cut the fucking tail off. You know what I'm saying? But they keep the tail on it for whatever reason.
They nibble it? They don't taste it, right?
To keep it on, they must eat it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, why keep it on?
Shish kebab style, hold that.
But no, they have the shish kebab through the rat somehow. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they just munching on it just like anybody would munch on chicken or, you know, beef kebab or whatever.
Ass to mouth shish kebab, do you do a rat? I mean, is that the only way?
They were doing, I mean, I think, of course, to prepare it, they kind of do like you would do any animal, like a chicken, get all the hairs off, mm-hmm. and then cook the carcass and shit. But I mean, they eating it like it's all right. So shit, I guess, you know, all of it's relative.
Rat on down.
Yeah, you probably could. It's meat. It's good meat because they be eating that shit like it's like I said, like it's all right.
Though, you can't have those teeth still there in the head and the tail. You gotta take that off. Just a quick chop.
Right, yeah.
Chop.
So that's probably the guy who gets different breed of customers. You know what I'm saying? The one he takes the head off, he takes the tail off.
The feet, and
certain people go to him. You know what I'm saying?
That's starting to look like, you know what I mean, from our folks. Some of that honey chicken or whatever.
But you got to keep one of the feet on. Like when you're hunting, they said if you hunting like raccoon, to change that raccoon over, you got to keep at least one of the feet on so they know that it's not a cat or any kind of other animal.
Who knows?
That's for like in Arkansas. If you trading raccoon, you got to keep at least one of the paws on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So yeah. You know, so
they know, you know, from that
their bodies look that much alike, where you can get over.
It must be, man, because when you think about all different kinds of breeds of cats, I'm sure if you go up in the woods, you got cats and shit that hadn't really seen people out in the ordinary.
Interesting, man.
And then you got some big ass cats. I know when I was coming up, man, the Puerto Rican guy in the corner store, he had a cat look like a baby fucking lion and shit. Laying all over the bread and all that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, Poppy. Why is the cat on the bread?
But yeah, that was the biggest cat I ever saw.
Grilling, bro. What's your grilling level? Are you a decent griller?
I'm pretty good, man. I throw down and shit.
What would you rate yourself?
About a 7.
A 7.
But too high, motherfuckers, probably a 10 and shit.
I thought I was a good griller.
Mm-hmm.
But
until you saw my shit.
Until I saw the process of how things are grilled and the kind of don'ts. Like using lighter fluid is like a terrible idea, terrible no. Very hazardous if you're into the super.
But we got cheap grills idea. Too. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, those circular grills or whatever grill you use.
But the better constructed your grill is, the more it keeps the smoke in to cook your meat.
That is true.
If you look
but if you were letting your coals kind of get hot in it, that's not necessarily beneficial. If you're letting your coals turn
gray, like
gray,
they always
there,
said.
just sitting there. Coal chimney, a chimney starter is definitely a very great tool to have. You can even use cooking oil as like a fire starter. Keep it natural. Keep that.
So what, you soak the coals with the cooking oil?
Give it a little dump over.
Right before you light it?
Yeah. And you can do this right here in that chimney starter. Have them in there. Set you up a little cooking oil, paper towel or something.
So what initially ignites the coals?
Just the same firelight.
What does it light on to? Some paper or some wood? Or
up under the chimney starter,
yeah,
it's got like a little area where the coals aren't just all the way down to the bottom. It's like something can fit under there. And they even got holes for you to slip in if you got one of those lighters.
Yeah. But now, when you have the lighter, most of the time, if you unless it's that new charcoal, regular charcoal.
And pre-soaked charcoals.
Right. So what's starting it up like when you do that? What keeps it lit? Because most of the time, your charcoal don't light right up.
Yeah. Give it, like I said, a little bit of that cooking oil in there. It'll burn like you ain't never seen before. So
right up at the top, or do you let it soak in?
You can just give it a little douse. You ain't gotta let it soak in. Let it go. And as long as you got your coals and your chimney started, it'll all be touching like they're supposed to do. Once you light it from the bottom, if you put a little cooking oil in there, it'll ignite, and then that fire from up underneath, if you got a little something down there, leave it right there, just like you do your coals when they're sitting in there.
Yeah, I always thought they used like some paper or some wood or something to.
I could say, I didn't say that part. You could get a paper towel or something to ignite that initial fire at the bottom, and then bada boom, bada bang. And I've seen people that you've done. I haven't done this before, so I can't attest to this one. I have done the chimney starter, of course, but the kind of coals you say you do 2/3 of your grill. If you got a circular grill, I'm sure it'll work the same.
You teaching me something now
on the square, but I'm saying where they can burn, you really keeping kind of lit a low, just slow burn, like 225 type of degrees, but it's where they're stacked kind of around each other, so they're burning like that, and your stuff is just cooking kind of in the middle of this little circular.
You know how I do mine, man? I put lighter fluid on it, and I do the old school. Put them in a pyramid, put lighter fluid on it, let it soak in, start it, and then spread them out, make sure they're all touching. And you know what?
He come out all right?
I have not heard, like 30 years, I have not heard one motherfucker come back to me and say, you know what? I don't like this hamburger. I bet it's the way that you did your damn charcoals. You know what I'm saying? Never once, man. They just eat that shit.
You know, New School trying to be healthy as we can, man.
Yeah.
We see people dying from cancer too soon and shit like that. And I'll be trying to figure it out, man. They slip in like that. Put the lighter fluid right next to your coals. And then sometimes soak your coals in lighter fluid that they know is cancerous.
Well, you got to die of something.
Yep. Might as well try to hit one of them. That was one of them things, you know what I'm saying? But you know me, man. That's just New School talking some shit, talking some woo-wah.
What's your favorite shit to cook?
Recently, just because I've been rocking with Edwards. You know, Edwards got a little pick 5 type of deal. They always got them sausage in there. I like a nice little Italian sauce.
You gotta stay off that pork, my brother.
That pork, my brother.
Stay off of that pork.
I've been dining on that swine lately. I usually haven't been, but I've been.
Do you feel any kind of way when you eat pork versus other shit?
Truthfully, no.
Because some people say they get headaches and shit.
No. I don't. I do not.
You like eating.
I'm sure it doesn't help with my the health regimen I'm wanting to get on. Hopefully, y'all would start keeping me on. Be like, hey, you lying about that?
Because I always think it's something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you trying to do the healthy tip on the charcoal and then eat pork. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's always
well, you lose in one way or another.
Yeah, man. It's
true.
Funny, man, to hear people do all of the different things so that they don't get this and get that. They don't eat this and don't eat that.
And really, charcoals, I was going to try to start thinking just getting like a good wood I could cook with even.
Yeah.
On top of that. Because it works the same way. It's just...
So some people...
I just buy charcoal for whatever reason.
Matter of fact, Mike was saying that it was cutting down a tree in his mom's yard to go over and get some wood. Your boy Smalls. Mm-hmm. But anyway, you could use that wood, especially if you know somebody in the country. You know what I'm saying? They probably got a bunch of the apple shit sitting around.
We got to show these people. Show us whip up one of these fires real quick, bro. Shit. Tap y'all in. Tap us in, man. Because I really have been grilling a lot lately.
I want to see how grilled salmon tastes that I do myself.
I'm about to say, but I'm grilling salmon left and right. I'll hook you up.
Because they had some on sale. I bought a lot of salmon.
Yeah, I'll hook you up, man.
Because that's nice and fat free. You know what I mean?
How you like your skin on your salmon? Kind of crispy, or you want it to just kind of be what you going for?
Man, every time I do the grilling, man, my fucking skin gets stuck to the damn thing, man.
That thing too damn hot up in there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but most of the time that's what ends up happening. It gets stuck. I'm like, damn.
You gotta cook it off that heat,
I don't have the skin. What a fucking savage loving fish skin.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's sometimes my favorite part.
That we had to sacrifice that salmon for us.
I meant to lead this episode in with the topics we were going to talk about. You know what I mean?
What topic is that?
Just like when we talked our prison documentary Unlocked. I hope y'all go check that out. We had the
I don't give a damn if you check it out or not. We ain't getting nothing from it.
Yeah,
if we was plugged in, you know what I'm saying, and get some money for saying it or something, but I don't give a damn if you check it out or not.
OG Lee don't know we about to get on this Patreon, get more in depth to the episode, episode by episode. But the AI statue we talked about.
This is the thing though, with the jail, right? Most people, right?
Should you save it for our Patreon?
No, most people would think that if you're in a jail, right? And they let you out, give you some free services, make it, in other words, a nice place for you relative to the other pod you could be in even. The answer to it should be real obvious. Would you not want to continue that?
But some people still might fuck it up. Y'all got to see.
That's why
I want to see how y'all feel about it.
The only thing they need to do in those type of systems, right, and it's very easy to do, just screen the people. You can pretty much screen them and get an idea of who's going to do what. Like I said, those type of programs don't really put nobody in there, or maybe just one person that's doing life without. You know what I'm saying? He got a different attitude, or she got a different attitude than other people. Anybody else that's doing 3, 4, 5 years, some of their jail terms, they're not even going any farther into the system. They're going to do their time in jail, for instance, if they were DUI or something like that.
This should be able to be a nationwide program, no problem.
As long as you screen the people. That's what they used to do for boot camp. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where the boot camp was, your sentence couldn't be more than 10 years. It had to be nonviolent, and it had to be your first offense. So that weeds some of the people out, you know what I'm saying? And it was a successful program, except, like I said, the powers that be realized, man, what we're doing is losing people because the boot camp program was shorter than your sentence, right? So it used to be 107 days or something like that. So if you can get them out of the system in that time, who wants that if you invested in the system? No, we want them to do their, which that time you was doing 30 months on 10 years, right? So who wants them to do that? We want them to do the 30 months instead of getting out in 107 days. Because the boot camp system works, but they stopped doing it. They stopped doing it though.
But like I said, we might start a little watch with us. You know what I mean? We be talking about some of the things that we tap in with. More episode. I don't want to give y'all spoiler alerts on these just because, I mean, I don't know if y'all watch, but I mean, tap in elsewhere. But, it's old school, new school, baby.
Man, look, the next episode, you got to put some lotion or something on your elbows, man.
My elbows say ashy.
Ashy like a mother.
Hey,
All right.
old school, new school. You know what it is. You know who it is. OG Lee, he hating, bro. I'm lubed up. No count, no Diddy. OG Lee, you in the E.
Man.
You know what it is. You know who it is, baby. We out.